Bust into class, it's the first day of school. Head to business 205, dang, I hope my team is cool. Talk to my friends who took it last year. They said, you're in it now, man, it's your junior year. I'm like, yeah, don't hate, so I'm in it kinda late. So can you give me some advice to make it through okay? You gotta raise presentation, CPR to write. Not to mention meeting with your group every day and all night. But don't worry about it, man, just put in the time you should. Getting with your group, making sure your agency is good. So I get off to class, did a survey or two. Next thing you know, man, I'm sitting with my crew. Got Lindsay, Ariel, Katie, and Austin C. And of course, don't forget, you already know Blake V. We had our first group hangout, and it was pretty cool. Agency selection, gotta work with kids full. Chose the Boys and Girls Club, and then we know we need to go and meet the great staff, especially Shalita. Working all together, gotta write a contract. Everybody do their part, this ain't no bad apple rap. No one likes a shirker, a jerker, a depressive worker. If you one of these people, Mr. Kidder's gonna murk ya. When we first met up, we all had a hunch that there were no bad ones in this apple bunch. In fact, it was the opposite, we're all too nice. When discussion got heated, we just put it on ice. There was no lack of trust, and everyone is committed. As for accountability, none of us acquitted. When the task was done, we paid attention to what happened. Fear of conflict was no problem, or we wouldn't be here rapping. Almost avoided conflict, not by preference but design. And though we thought we had better ways to spend our time, we couldn't stay away forever. It came inevitably. It was constructive conflict, so we handled it benevolently. We decided on a date and we all agreed. Little did we know it was a trip to Abilene. We planned our event around these lives that we're living. No one realized it was too close to Thanksgiving, so we called Shalita to tell her the news. We told her about our problem and our conflict blues. Luckily she complied and it wasn't too late for us to switch up our original date. Team had a conflict that had us all pacing. Justice versus mercy was a decision that we're facing. One team member had another place to be. It was triple play or dance with AMC. A lifelong friend or team phase you'll spend your time. It's an ethical dilemma that we call a paradigm. In the end it worked out and she came to TPS, but she had to put away that sweet formal dress. How did this change us? What did it turn us into? What lessons did we learn by this thing that we went through? 5 nice people, tough combos must be had. Projects aren't easy, and conflict isn't bad. We gotta play our part, show devout devotion. It's all about the team, man. Forget that self-promotion. So here is some advice when working with a team. Don't try to sound too smart or build your own scheme. Hang out together before solo with no studies. Get to know your teammates, you'll soon be buddies. Then all of a sudden, when some conflict arises, you gotta stand up, man, there ain't no surprises. Attack the argument, get it out of the way. Cause then you can look back with your group and say, remember the time I called you out and felt really bad? I never saw that through this, but now I'm really glad. We worked so good as a team, I never would have expected that everyone would be great friends and not get neglected.
I just wanna be okay, be okay, be okay. I just wanna.
I wasn't looking forward to Business 205 at all, but after they all said, like, it's all depending on your group, and you know how group projects are. Everyone hates group projects, but luckily I got an awesome group, and it all turned out wonderfully. We all learned a lot, and we learned how to deal with each other and a lot of different personalities, but we all came together as Team FASE and we got our work done and we learned how to put aside our differences and just have fun with it. And that was all that really mattered in the end. What I learned this year is when faced with the right versus right situation, you need to take the time to evaluate it and how it's going to benefit you and your team. And in most situations, you will most likely have to choose your first commitment, because I had a situation that went along with that this semester, and I ended up choosing my team first, and I'm glad I made this decision, and I think that in the end, it helped our team's morale, and it helped us with our final project, and it was just a good personal learning lesson for me.
Okay, everybody says that Business 205 is a huge time commitment, and this is probably the busiest semester of my college career, but it was a good time. I was glad that we chose this agency, that I had this team. It just made it a whole lot more enjoyable. I could have dreaded a lot of meetings, a lot of hangouts, but it was good in the end. I got new friends who I ended up already having connections to, sort of. It was fun. It's a good time.
Yo, what up, 205? It's your boy A. CZ. I just want to give my shout-outs to Team FASE, obviously. Then Ms. Bierman for being the best 205 teacher money can buy. And then also my cousin Lulu back on Elm Street. But I also want to say that we was a real good team. We worked well together. I was pleased with the agency and everything we did for them. But for real, we were a good team, and I feel like we worked together, and we had to work through a lot of conflicts, and we did that well, handled everything accordingly. And just, we came out real good in the end.
What's up, y'all? I want to give a shout out to all my peeps, Team FASE. I love y'all, every single one of y'all. But for real, it was great. We were really good at encouraging one another, showing love. Lindsay Young was my girl, sending me texts saying, hey, great job on this. Y'all did great. I'm like, hey, I appreciate it, boo. But really, we were just positive all around. It was great. We got Austin, we got Ariel, Katie. We're all setting goals for each other, pushing each other to the limit. So, I really respect that about them and, hope to carry it into further group projects. So, peace. What's up, Bierman?